Through spring and into summer here at WUSA 9, we are helping you get garden smart. So each week you'll learn something new about gardening. And this week we're talking about composting.
That's right. It's actually International Composting Awareness Week, if you didn't know. We've got a local composter right here in our newsroom, meteorologist Caitlin McGrath.
I know it doesn't sound like the most exciting or enticing thing to do, but there are so many benefits to composting. Think about how much food waste you produce in a day. A banana peel, an apple core, the ends of vegetables that you don't eat. When those scraps end up in landfills, it produces methane, a harmful planet-warming pollutant. And that food waste is actually great plant food. When you compost food and yard waste, it creates super nutrient-dense soil. And that's what we're talking about today, the benefit of adding compost to your garden, and what better time to talk about it than this week.
I didn't know there was an International Compost Awareness Week, but personally I think that's something that really deserves celebration. Where else can you take waste materials and recycle that and turn it back into such a valuable resource?
David Yost has been a garden specialist at Merrifield Garden Center for almost 30 years, and he knows a thing or two about good dirt.
We're taking our local waste, locally composting it, and then putting it back into a wonderful kind of material called leaf grow, which is a good all-purpose compost.
Maryland Environmental Services produces this silky soil made up of leaves, grass clippings, brush, and other yard waste materials you leave at the curb. And around here, our soil needs a boost from compost like this.
Our clay soil is so dense and so compacted that it's difficult for air and water to move into there. When we're adding compost to that, it loosens it up.
It all comes back to biology.
It's all those bacteria and fungi and worms and all those wonderful living components of the soil that are feeding on this and recycling the nutrients back to the plant.
And there are different types of compost that can do different things for your garden.
This is a custom blend that we do at Merrifield Garden Center. Can be used any place, but we're thinking more like trees and shrubs. We're using a combination of aged mushroom compost mixed with some aged bark, even a little coconut fiber and an organic nutrient supplement in there.
There's a lot that goes into compost and a lot that your garden can get out of it.
I always say that compost is the solution to all our soil problems.
And composting really is so easy. I keep this composting bin under my kitchen sink. The lid has a charcoal filter, so I promise you it doesn't smell. And when it fills up, I empty it into a bigger compost bin in my backyard. Now, if you don't have a backyard or you don't want a compost bin, that's okay. DC and most counties in the area have programs where you can get your compost picked up just like trash. For more information, just visit our WUSA 9 app or WUSA9.com.